Okay, you guys. I think you can hear me. Hello. Hi. Welcome to Lily's News. Oh my God. All right. So, welcome to Lily's News. My name is Lily. You are currently watching a video on the Insane Games TV YouTube channel. There is a lot of content that gets put out on this channel, and I am one of them. I'm one of it. So on Fridays at 5 p.m., I like to cover internet news, tech news, game news, stuff that's caught my attention from the past week, or even some kind of roundups or updates of things that we have covered. There are some things that we like to cover that isn't technically like tech news and stuff like that. But today's a little different. You might be thinking, Lily, do we really want to get into this world? Yes, because this is major internet news. And I need to talk about it, because if I don't, I will explode. I will explode into a million billion tiny pieces, and it won't be pretty and it won't be good, but we need to talk about it. There's some other things too, but the main topic of the night is going to be Miss Colleen Ballinger, Miranda Sings, whatever you want to call her. We're going to talk about it. We're going to break it down. I'm going to fill you guys in. If you guys have any questions, please ask. If I have any questions, I will also ask you. So this is a learn, converse situation that we have going on. So if you're here, make sure you hit that like button. It helps a lot. Subscribe to Insane Games TV. My name's Lily. I'm always here Fridays at 5 p.m. You can also catch me on different YouTube channels like Lily's Lottery throughout the week as well. So, are we ready? Oh my gosh. I don't know if we're ready, you guys. Honestly, I don't know if we're ready. We have to start with this, because I will decompress at the end with other tech things. There's a lot of things going on in the world. There's like a kind of big drop as well. So we have stuff to talk about other than this Colleen mess. But when I tell you we have to talk about it, we have to talk about it. Okay. So, are we ready? Oh my God. Okay, so Colleen Ballinger, she is so weird. She's a weird girl. She's a weird chick. She's a weird woman. And she has been a woman for a very long time, mind you. I want to emphasize that she has been an adult for a while. She is late 30s now. She is approaching the age of 40. So she has been an adult for a very long time. She has also been on the internet for a very long time. So let's do a rundown before we get into the most new happenings, the most recent occurrences. Oh my God. Okay, so Colleen Ballinger. I like to call it Colleen Ballinger the musical. Let's just go through some important players to all of this Colleen Ballinger, the one and only. She is also Miranda Sings, her alter ego, her character that she plays. Red lipstick, sweatpants pulled up real high. She talks like, I can't even. She talks all goofy like. Ha 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 ha. I'm going to preface this with I've never liked her. I have been indulging and consuming the internet for a very long time, and there has never been a moment where like, oh my God, she's fun. Never. So I just want to put that out there that, whew. Adam McIntyre, he is the abused, aka the accuser, the screenshot haver, Adam McIntyre. He is just recently an adult. I believe he turned 18 in like 2021. He has just turned 20. So anything that happened previously, before 2 years ago, Adam McIntyre was a child. Okay. The Weenies is a group chat of Colleen's fans. So I will be mentioning the Weenies. Cody is a fellow Weenies group chatter who just so happened to also be a little older than everyone else. closer to Colleen's age than the weenies. There's going to be more that will pop up, but we need to carry on because I only got an hour. I only have an hour. Oh my God, I'm so good. I am so ready for this, you guys. Okay, so Adam McIntyre was a big fan of Colleen. Miranda Sings, massive fan, making like fan pages, you know, commenting, always there, always watching, always tweeting, always responding, just there. And it caught Colleen's attention. So Colleen said, hey, do you want to be the new addition? Do you want to be the new addition to my ultimate fan group, my weenies? A gag. It's just so much. Oh my God. I have so many words to say that they're all trying to come out at once. So Colleen and her best friend Corey started chatting with Adam along with other big, massive fans in the Weenies group chat. And at the time, Adam was, 13, 14 years old, just got a phone. Well, just got a tablet. It was like a school thing, Everyone at school gets a tablet. Mind you, he's in Ireland. He is not in the United States of America. And Colleen and Corey were in their late 20s, early 30s. There were underage fans in the Weenies. There were of-age fans in the Weenies as well. So, already not a good start. Already not a good start. And that kind of goes back to, like, what is his name? That Kick guy, the guy who's always on Kick. And he... What is his name? I don't care about him, so I don't remember people's names. If I don't, care about you, I'm just... Your name is Ross something Ross, and he was on Kick, and he was playing adult content and streaming and watching adult content on Kick. And again, the biggest problem with that is you don't know the age of your audience, and so therein lies the problem. So you have to assume, if you do not know the age of the actual people you're talking to, you have to assume that they are potentially underage, meaning like under 18. So what you are saying to them and what you are sending to them and what you are telling them and what you are asking from them needs to be respectful of that, and you have to be mindful of that. And the words that you say hit different when they're to a 13-year-old than when they're to a 24-year-old, depending on the words. Sometimes the words you say to a 13-year-old and to a 20-year-old hit the same way. Same level of creepy. Oh my God. Okay, so Adam and Colleen get close in this group chat. They're chatting along with everybody else, but Adam is a favorite, right? Adam is a top tier weenie. Terrible. I hate saying that. And so she's like, hey, I'm preggers, my mommy. I don't want to do all of the work anymore. So why don't you help me, since you're young and hip and cool, why don't you help me with some Miranda Sings content on socials? And he's like, oh my God, cool. And she's like, and if it works out, babes, if it works out when you get older, college, after high school and stuff, I'll make this a full job for you. And he's like, love it. Let's do it. So he starts making content. Adam was making content for Colleen, Miranda Sings, for years. For years. There was drama. Drama occurred in one of his last posts for Miranda Sings. Drama occurred. So it was Pride Month. 'Tis the last day of Pride Month here. So it was Pride Month, and Adam said, hey, here's this tweet. I think it would be funny for Miranda Sings. And she said, okay. And she said, but are you sure? And he's like, yeah, I think it would be great. Mind you, he's a young teenager, not having a full grasp on the world around them. And so he said, sure, yeah. And Colleen said, okay, sure, yeah, okay. Here's my information, post it. Here's my login information, post it. What? I'm sorry, what? You just gave a young teenager your login information for your Twitter that has, at this point, millions and millions of followers. Okay. She said, okay, post it. There it goes. It was an announcement. I'm coming out for Miranda Sings. And Miranda Sings said, I'm coming out as a Meghan Trainor fan. Queer baiting, sure. During Pride Month, not good taste. For a 16-year-old, you can quite possibly understand where they find it silly and goofy and ha ha ha. As an adult, you might be like, okay, that's a little, off color. But you're an adult and you're not a child. So she starts getting a lot of pushback on this tweet. And she turns it around and says, Adam, you did this. I don't do this. I am not like this. This is not me. This is not good. This is not okay. Look at all the hate that I'm getting. Look at all the hate. Look at all the negativity that's coming my way because of this tweet. Look at it. You did this. And he's like, but you told me to post it. Like, you agreed to it, so you agreed to the repercussions of it as well. Knowing in your 20s and 30s that maybe don't queer bait, right? Maybe don't do that. So he was like, ooh, that's not cool, because she really went ham on him. And the best part about this entire situation, and there's so much, and that's just like one instance of Colleen being like weird. I'll get to more of like scary, gross, go to jail in a minute. And so that was really one of the first instances where Adam was able to see her manipulation tactics, her way of luring someone in to give her all of their love and time and brain power and thought and compassion, and then in an instant flip that switch and turn into like a monster while like attempting to make you feel so bad, even though it's ultimately her account, her hate that she's getting. She approved the tweet. She didn't have any second thoughts about it. She didn't say don't do it. She said do it. So he was able to kind of see how she's able to manipulate people at that point. My notes are all a mess because my whole brain is a mess about this. Okay, so another example of Colleen and her friend Corey being totally weird. Just oddballs, just silly, goofy oddballs. Colleen went live. She was doing a live stream with her friend Corey, and they were going through some clothes from like Forever 21, and it was like, oh my gosh, I'm never gonna wear this. I'm never gonna wear this. Ha 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 ha. Why don't I just give these to people? Just give them away. Just give it away. Just send it to someone else. Okay, cool. Well, she said, that's a great idea. And she pulls out a lingerie, like a little sexy bra and panty set. And Corey was like, oh my God, ha ha ha, and puts it on over his clothes. She sees that Adam is in chat, watching as all of this unfolds. And she immediately goes, click, I'll send it to Adam McIntyre, the young teenage boy who is one of my biggest fans. No, don't send a young teenage boy underwear. I'm not talking like a pack of like Hanes, a Fruit of the Looms, not like a grandma Christmas gift style underwear. This was a bra and panty set, sexy, lacy. Okay. She's like, I'm going to send it to you. He didn't ask for it. She manipulated and baited him to be able to say, sure, here's my address. And when I tell you that Adam's mother was not impressed with her actually mailing this, she was not impressed. She was not impressed. But luckily, joyfully, I mean, you can find joy in the fact that she now has kept it Adam's mother has kept it. Adam is in possession of the bra and panty set that was sent to him while he was a teenager. A little bit of evidence. That's good. Adam McIntyre has been like the ultimate screenshotter. He has many screenshots, and he has received other people with the same screenshots who were in the group chats, who were in the tiny chats. We'll get to those. Those types of things. So the screenshots, the tweets, the DMs, all of those things have been being shared for the past couple of weeks. So with a couple of those examples, you might be like, okay, she's a little weird. Yes. Okay, so let's do a couple of other things that she has done as well. She killed her dog. Fuck. She killed her dog. So she, on video with her best friend Corey, claimed that she had anger issues when she was a child, and she pinched her dog. She got mad. She pinched her dog so hard that her dog bit her, and they put the dog down. Killed her dog. And she said that with a smile on her face and laughed the whole way through. No remorse. Nothing at all. Tiny Chat was a video, almost like a pre-Skype situation. So you could video call, you could chat, you could turn your camera on, or not, and you can listen and you can talk and all those things. Colleen's brother, who we'll get to in a second, Corey, and Colleen's ex-husband, first husband, took part in having many conversations, long nights with very young folk. A lot of the information and a lot of things that were talked about during those tiny chats, I don't really think are going to come out too much, because that's, to me, a whole other level of trauma. Colleen's brother is... Colleen's brother has some developmental delays. I believe he's also partially deaf, but he has some developmental delays. So there was a lot of uncomfortable conversations. I'm not going to go any deeper than that. So, but you guys get the gist. Oh, Colleen was known to fat shame a lot of people, and not just like random people, but like her fans. Colleen would have many conversations in the DMs or in the group chats with the weenies, making fun of fans that she met at meet and greets, on tour. Yes, she was touring. She toured a lot. She would fat shame them. She would make fun of their looks. She would make fun of their appearances. There was an instance where someone had a tattoo in honor of Colleen, like a Colleen Ballinger tattoo, and boy, was that hilarious to her. Lots of Sharpie drawings of remaking the tattoo on them. She queer baited, not just in her tweet, but on stage as well. She made a "I'm coming out" joke. I'm straight. She said, and it was very Pink-ish. Did you guys see that video of Pink where she was like on stage and she's like, I'm gay. I'm not. I'm not gay. Like, it was wild. It was wild. So it's not just something that Adam tweeted. She's also been known to queer bait as well. Adam never got paid Adam's claiming that he never got paid. I should make sure I say these are allegations. Adam never got paid for his work that he did on the socials for Colleen. Colleen was known to cancel her shows if something came up at the very last minute, like 2-3 hours before the show happened, or like very late the night before, even if she did know that she was going to cancel, maybe like 2 days ahead of time. So she loved having the power and control over her audience. There's some allegations about charity fraud. There's some allegations about illegal giveaways, or like kind of falsely representing how to achieve a proper giveaway. There have been videos made of Colleen and her friend Corey playing characters named after female genitalia, and making very, I guess, erotic innuendos when it comes to like cardboard boxes, and then giving those away to her very young fans. Colleen was known to, with her Miranda Sings character, really get her young audience to kind of, in attempts to open their mind, to engage with more than just being a kid. She claims it's PG-13, and that she's not responsible for how or what kids consume online. But she is very open about sex, about everything. Definitely to the point where it's too much. And during her live tours, she would create a space where she imagined, what I think in her delusional mind, that she was creating this comfortable space for for young kids to feel comfortable and safe. But in turn, it was grooming the kids to be something stereotypical. There were adult themes, and her 13, 14-year-olds would attempt to dress in a very adult, provocative manner to be called on stage and take part in the adult-themed sketch. And that in itself is a problem. But in Colleen's mind, she is creating a space that's comfortable to do so. But in everyone else's mind, you are grooming these kids to come to you half naked. You're encouraging that, and you're saying, it's okay, it's all good, no worries, it's okay, you got it, babes. So let's talk about Johnny. Johnny has recently come out with his own experiences of Colleen Ballinger. Johnny was the Adam before Adam, which is actually funny. Like biblically, it's haha. So Johnny was Adam before Adam. Johnny got close to Colleen's first husband, and it didn't end well, and it was very uncomfortable. And Johnny has his own experiences about that. Johnny was invited out to a lot of things, like a show in LA. And Colleen said, come on out, come on, I got you, come on. He lands in LA, and there's no one there. He's at the airport, he's 17, and there's no one, all alone, stranded. Hey, Colleen, like, what's going on? Like, how do I, like, what's happening? How am I getting there? Like, I'm 17, like, I can't rent a car or anything, you know, like, what's the dealio? And Colleen ignored. He finally, like, kind of fought his way to get into a vehicle and get to Colleen's show, because in his mind, that was still so important to do. And when Colleen sees him, it's, oh my God, you made it. We were worried. I'm so happy you made it, though. Yay for you. Yay. Okay, I'll see you later. Bye. Johnny was invited to work on her tour, and he made close to nothing as he physically working, touring with Colleen, and he made almost no money. And it wasn't just you're working with your idol and you're making almost no money. Your idol's best friend, Corey, is a real dirtbag, is a real scum of the earth, just scraping gum off the bottom of a table dirtbag. Rude, condescending, kicks him out of hotel rooms. They don't invite him to lunch, and so he's like the only one. Everyone gets invited to lunch except for Johnny. Like, oh my God. Johnny has his own experiences in the tiny chats and conversations with Colleen's ex-husband and dealings with Corey. That is all on the internet. I'm not here to share everyone's story, but I need to keep moving. Colleen would talk about everyone. Even Shane Dawson said that she's the biggest shit talker around. That no one does it better than her. Colleen started just a couple weeks ago, I'd say maybe about a month and a half ago, a new podcast with my favorite woman, Trisha Paytas. And throughout history of the internet, Trisha Paytas and Colleen would randomly get together now and then and have really fun, adorable conversations. And I always hated Colleen, but I'm going to sit through it for Trisha because Trisha really enjoyed, you can tell, Trisha really enjoyed having Colleen as a friend. But in turn, it turns out that Colleen is actually talking really poorly about her. So rude and scary and mean and terrible and fat shaming. She called her a whale. It was the things that Colleen has said about Trisha Paytas behind her back is disgusting. And of course, if Trisha knew that, I'm 100% would be sure that she would not agree to start a podcast with her. It was very interesting with the marketing of the podcast. You could see Colleen saying, oh yeah, I might, I'm sure it's just a one-off. It's just, we just got dressed up and had fun and made a little episode of a podcast. It's no big deal. And Trisha, on the other hand, was very much, I can't wait for next week. So you had two different sides. Hi, Kane. But I don't get the outrage. She was friends with kids. Big deal. I don't think it's... So I'm happy to have this conversation. I'm just going to finish up about the Trisha thing in just a second, Kane. I think the way that Trisha was so excited and Colleen was pretty much not. She very much made it clear that she didn't really want to do more. And the timing of it was terrible. So we had 3 episodes of that. So Kane, I'm not a Colleen fan, but I really don't get the outrage. She was friends with kids, big deal. So I think just in general, being friends with kids is a big deal. I don't see how a woman who is married with her own babies, who is doing a Broadway show, who had a Netflix series, who has multiple YouTube channels that she posts on so much, even kind of has time to sit down in a group chat with youngsters. But it's also the topics that they covered, Kane, as well, in those group chats with the kids. I think it's extremely inappropriate to put a tampon in your mouth and ask and open it and expand it and request those kids that you're talking to that may not even have had the conversation about menstruation or going through puberty at all, and asking for videos of them doing the same thing. I think that's extremely inappropriate, and I think that is definitely overstepping the boundaries of a creator that are set in just the realm of human life. I definitely think it's a big deal to encourage your fans, which are kids, that are making you very rich, to dress skimpy and show off their prepubescent body. I think it's very inappropriate to have the kids on stage kiss you, no matter where it is, kiss you. Children, babies, young children. I also think it's very inappropriate to give that an okay. I think it's extremely inappropriate for you to be on stage in front of many, many people and request in a very interesting situation. When you are on stage and you are in the audience, it's very, very sided. And she was playing a character acting. That's cute. It's very two-sided. When you're on stage, you have power. When you are in the audience, you are underneath the power. There's a power dynamic when you are on stage compared to being in the audience. I think it's extremely inappropriate to have a child reach down your pants on stage. You as an adult, and that is a child. You are not just having a kid reach for snacks. You're having a child reach down your pants, and you're okaying that action. And you're showing other adults as well that, oh, okay, so that's cool. No, absolutely not. I think playing a character is I think you giving that power to her of she was just playing a character is quite unfortunate, and I hope that you maybe kind of come to a little bit and see that she was playing a character that was heavily influenced and based on her brother, who is developmentally delayed. She created her character Miranda Sings, and the way that Miranda acts and moves and speaks based on how her brother, who is developmentally delayed, acts and moves and speaks. I think that is extremely inappropriate. I think there is so much more than just she was just being friends with kids. Who has time to be friends with kids? I work a 40-hour job. I don't have time to I don't want to be friends with kids. Who wants to be friends with? I can totally see making content for kids. You have Blue's Clues, the Steve, we love Steve. I'm a millennial, and when Steve came on TikTok, I cried for an hour. But he never invited me on stage to put my hand down his pants. He never invited me on stage and spread my legs for the entire audience to see. He didn't encourage me to get naked. He didn't encourage me to put tampon in my mouth and open it and send a video to her. He didn't encourage me to send a picture of myself if my butt looked good, which happened to Adam. He didn't, but he made content for kids. Yeah? So it's a totally different realm. And I think the effects of a parasocial relationship that adults have, imagine that with a child who is very limited when it comes to their internet capabilities and what they're even allowed to view. And then you're given this, well, it's made for kids. Well, it's PG-13, you're 14, you can like this, you can watch this. And then she's asking those in the group chat, what was your first experience with your period? I thought I shit myself. I'm 14. So, I kind of want to just go ride my bike in the yard, or it's very, very inappropriate. Very, very inappropriate. Like, I can't even imagine. I can't even grasp trying to give her the leeway of she was playing a character. I'm not saying this to offend you. I'm here to have the conversation with you, Kane. It's for real. But she's still her. That's still her. She doesn't, her personality and mind and thought ability doesn't disappear just because you're playing a character. She played many characters on stage. She played a waitress, but she's not a waitress. That doesn't make it right. It kind of makes it worse. Because it's part of her that she brings out when she feels like she can, because she's going to get that reasoning. It's a character. So it's her deep down secrets, in my opinion, because it's not a character someone gave her. She didn't get a book. She didn't get a play. She didn't get a musical and say, play this character. She came up with it. So she thought about all of the things that she could get away with, that she could do, that she could press and push the envelope with. And to me, it makes it worse. That's just my opinion. So, in 2020, Adam McIntyre came out with all of this information. Well, not all of it. He came out with a lot of this information, and he made a video. And unfortunately, Colleen Ballinger was not moved by it. She was not ruffled. Her feathers were not ruffled. She made an apology video addressing everything, and it did nothing. It went nowhere. It fell flat. Everything was moot. Everything was done. It happened. It was a blip in the history of the internet, and it was gone. And so Adam this year in 2023 said, I can't just sit on this. Here's this information. Here's more people coming out. Here's more people coming out. Here's more people coming out. Here's more experiences. Here's more videos. Here's more pictures. Here's more screenshots. Here is all of this information. We're not making it up. Pay attention. And it's been about 3 weeks, and Colleen hadn't posted, hadn't updated, hadn't tweeted, hadn't said anything until Wednesday evening, when all hell broke loose on the internet. When all hell broke loose. All of it. Like, it just, like, everything, like, Pandora's box exploded into a million pieces. And Colleen came out with a song. Good. Colleen Ballinger came out with a song. And I was going to play it for you, but I realize I have now been talking about this for almost 40 minutes. I was going to play it for you and do a reaction, but I'll do a little sum up. She called it the toxic gossip train. Well, that's what I'm calling it, because I'm pretty sure she would call it that as her title. She called it the toxic gossip train, and that there were lies and manipulation involved for us to... But it seems she was rewarded for her behavior as Miranda by the entertainment industry. They didn't care about the kids then. I don't know if the entertainment industry has ever cared about the kids. Jeffrey Epstein. The entertainment industry has been abusing children forever. The entertainment industry is built on the abuse and the brainwashing of children. That is the entertainment industry. Yeah, I think the entertainment industry encouraged her to continue, and she had a Netflix show about it, and I absolutely, and Kate, I'm loving your input in the conversation that we're having, just so you know. The entertainment industry is built to use and abuse and brainwash kids. I don't know how old you are, but I don't know if you remember Nickelodeon in the 90s. Every TV show was selling you something. Every commercial was the ultimate item. The entertainment industry only wants your money. They don't care about children's safety. The entertainment industry doesn't give a crap about children. They just want their money and their parents' money and their attention and their eyeballs. That's all they want. They don't care about children. I mean, Shirley Temple. Let's just talk about it just as child actresses, as child actors. They don't give a crap. They don't give a crap what happens to you. You can be on drugs by the time you're 12, and they don't care. Disney will work and break those kids as fast as possible, like racehorses. There is no love or care for kids from the entertainment industry. The only reason child entertainment even exists, like Nickelodeon and Disney and Cartoon Network and whatever, is because we continue, because we're grabbable. It's hard to make a good movie for adults because we all have opinions. So I could stand in one room and say, Asteroid City was one of the best films that Wes Anderson has ever made, and someone next to me could say the complete opposite, and then we can have a conversation. We have opinions. We're able to form our opinions and give our consent to things. But the entertainment industry loves kids because they don't give a crap. They'll watch anything. And that's one of the biggest problems when it comes into social media with like TikTok and these trends that are very dangerous. Kids do what they see, and kids are easily manipulated. Kids are easily pulled in and brainwashed, to a sense where they can do and think that they can do all of it. You have the Tide Pod Challenge, the Cinnamon Challenge. So it's a full gambit of what is happening to kids from the entertainment industry, from, big media to, TikTok to homemade entertainment for kids. Thus, and I don't know if you've heard or seen anything about the YouTube Kids app, there is a massive problem with entertainment or videos specifically marketed for kids, but it's like dudes in a Spider-Man onesie and like dry humping like Tinkerbell or something. But it's kids and it's kid characters and it's for kids, but it's completely inappropriate behavior. And I'm not saying that because I'm a prude. Oh, I don't want my kid shouldn't learn about sex until they're 25. No, but they should learn what a tampon is from someone that's close to them, not wanting to see them put it in their mouth and send a video to them. So I think there's ways to go about being a helpful, educational, supportive content creator to kids and creating a safe space without sexualizing them, without grooming them for your own entertainment. The way that Colleen went about grooming these kids, it wasn't just for, I want a, weird picture or something like that. It was for her own attention. She wanted all of the attention. A lot of people talk about the group chats where Colleen would go in and just unleash on her life, just spew all of the drama and all of the wild things that are happening with her husband and her divorce. And these are children that could quite possibly be going through their own parents' divorce. And now they have a woman that they look up to and they love and they care about from the internet because they see on a screen, telling her how terrible this is, how awful this is, all the drama and the crying and the tears and the this, and he's lying, and grooming the kids to then hate her ex-husband, even though it could be a mutual agreement to split up. And you see that with parents who may not be handling a divorce well, saying, your dad's an asshole. And then your kids are like, oh, well, daddy's an asshole, when it could be completely opposite. It could be mommy's an asshole and dad just wants to live happy and not be stuck in. So it's all, we got there from the industry, but it's all a thing. It's all, kids are never the first thought when it comes to any industry. Because if they were, why do they still make things that kids can choke and die on for little babies? Why are you still making toys that pieces can pop off and lodge in their throat? If it was for the kids, it would be the first thought. Let's make sure nothing can pop off and choke this damn kid. So it's never for the kids. It's always for the money, and the parents have the money. And the way to get to the money for a lot of these businesses and industry companies and entertainmenters and all the stuff is to get to the kids, to get to the parents' money. And Colleen was really successful with that. Because she went on and did some Broadway shows, and boy, did she milk it. The show, I think it was Waitress, she skyrocketed that show. She brought in hella dough with that show. She was able to say, hey guys, here's the dates, here's where I'm going to be. I'll say hi afterwards. Come to the show. So of course, the kids who love her, mommy, daddy, can I go to the show? And then, I can't just send a 14-year-old down to the city to go watch a Broadway show. So we're going to make a trip out of it. Your brother, your sister, the dog, me, your husband, your grandpa, that's 6 tickets instead of just 1. So it's all for the money. It's all for the money. So Colleen made a video, came out on Wednesday, and she said that it's all manipulation, it's all lies, and that she can hear the comments about her song. Mind you, I don't know any conscious adult that would respond to all of the allegations and the screenshots and the comments about the history of Colleen and her being on the internet with a little ditty. But it happened. She did it. She sat down with her ukulele and gave us a tune. With a really good filter on her face, too. Her skin looked really great, but just on her face. And it was quite possibly one of the most pathetic ways to respond to this. And it has been coined the worst apology on YouTube. And she said that she feels like shit in it, but she never had any bad intentions. And so my biggest issue with all of this is she made an apology video in 2020 when Adam McIntyre came out initially with some things. bringing up the instances and his interactions and what happened between him, some other people in one of the chats, and Colleen. And she said, I can't really talk about it, like it's all lies, it's fine. In that moment, if she stood up and said, I'm messed up for sure, there is no way that what I did was okay, by spending hours a day in chat rooms with little babies, when you should be living your life, by crossing the boundaries of the most extreme parasocial relationships I've ever even heard of, and doing all of these things, using people and not paying them, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. If she stood up and said all of that, and then tried to do better and stopped encouraging people to, come to the shows in, dressed in certain ways and make changes, like visceral changes to Miranda and Colleen, and, stop talking in those chats, I think this moment in time would be completely different. But the thing is, she didn't stop with the chats. Like, she didn't stop because she was just in them. Like, there's proof that that I saw. I don't have it because I'm not showing you guys anything. You guys can go see all. There's enough. There's so much online. There's like, she was just talking to people like days ago. So it's very confusing. And I think at this point she has gotten addicted to the attention that she's able to garner from these individuals who are her super fans. It builds her ego. She has a landing pad. She has the surroundings. Like, she can build her own little world within the big world, and it's all the people. And I don't even want to say yes men. It's all the people who just love her. And as when you're a kid, you're like, unconditional love is unconditional love. Like, I love you. Oh my God. You love people. You have posters in your room and you love them. You love them. So all I can say is that I hope that Colleen is okay. And in her little song, she said that her team requested her to not comment on anything yet that was going on, and I think she probably should have taken that advice, because the amount of content alone that was immediately made in response to her song is wild. And I think it's just going to bring more out, and it's just bringing more attention to it. If she wanted it to go away, if she wanted it to kind of die down, I think she should have just naturally let it die down. So I think that's on her, but she's an adult and she can make her decisions. She's been making adult decisions her entire life. I don't agree with a lot of them, but who am I? But I'm also not talking to kids. I'm not out here willingly having conversations with children and asking them to show up in little booty shorts to my show so I can pull them up on stage and spread their legs. That's all I'm saying. All right, before I go, let's talk about a couple other things. Netflix put Titanic back up. Wrong. They're so wrong for that. I feel so much better that I talked about all of that. I feel so much better. So Netflix put Titanic back up. You can watch Titanic. They're so wrong for that. An update on the sub that was in the ocean. The debris has been gathered up. They're moving it. There was an alert that I saw that human remains might have been found, but I didn't do any more digging. I didn't really want to. Let's talk about this. NASA says we might all just go back to the Dark Ages. Super quick, super fun. So this has been gaining some traction on the internet, and it has better because it's kind of a big deal, and I think we all should kind of be aware that this is a possibility. Like, nothing is perfect. Our system is not perfect, and it can break down very easily with one solid solar flare. So I'm a little bit of a prepper, and this sent me into apocalypse mode. I now have a go bag ready. there's a solar storm coming that NASA is predicting, and it could be like in a couple months, or it could be within the next decade, and it could have some major effects on normal life as we know it. So essentially, the sun gets mad around every 11 years, like same, and starts just throwing literal fits. It's just like, I'm so upset. Like, the sun is just like, I am so pissed off right now. It's got like a cosmic fit, right? I wrote, oh my God, imagine a toddler throwing a fit in a Target for a toy, but with the power of all the superheroes ever, the Target wouldn't stand a chance. And so the target is now our satellites. Make sense? So solar flares, or CMEs, I'm learning science, which is really cool. It could take out our satellites that we have in orbit, and disrupt many communication abilities that we have spent decades tossing into orbit around the Earth. So in hopes to avoid returning back to the roaring 20s, NASA sent up a PSP, the Parker Solar Probe, to take a good look at the sun and its like solar windness that it does, like the wind and the movement that like the sun creates. It's actually really interesting. And they did find some new information, which is really good. They're learning there was learning done about how solar flares and solar wind works. It's all very sciencey. And all in all, NASA and smart people are working on it. And they're hoping that they are able to kind of maybe narrow down, predict, and block this all from happening just in general. Niantic is saying goodbye to employees. Niantic is out here with one goal in mind: keeping Pokemon Go thriving, right? And we're close to 7 years of Pokemon Go, which is wild. I love it. I'm so happy. And I stopped playing for a few years, but I picked it back up a couple months ago, actually, and I'm crushing it. I'm also playing Pikmin Bloom, so that's fun. Over 230 Niantic employees are being laid off due to some major changes and shifts at the company. Games that are currently in development, done. Games that are currently out, going to be no longer, going away, back into the archive. Their entire LA studio shut down, and they want to focus on Pokemon Go. It's brought in over $1 billion every year since its launch, which is pretty cool. And they had the hopes and dreams that other games would catch on, but there isn't anything, that lands just as hard as Pokemon Go does. Because Pokemon Go set a really high standard when it comes to augmented reality, and they are upping it. They are, keeping things moving forward a little bit. But the world of AR is moving pretty fast. We all saw Apple's new goggles or whatever. And so Niantic wants to be the next big thing when it comes to AR, in AR. Augmented reality and actual reality. So seeing where the tech is moving these past few months, they have their eyes set on something worth shutting down games and studios altogether for. And I'm actually pretty interested to see what they might be cooking up. They haven't made any announcements, but I feel like they might be cooking up something pretty cool. Google is also saying goodbye to employees. Waze is by far my favorite travel app because the police thing, love it. Please always mark where you see a police car. I'm here for it. But they are moving Waze to the Google Ads system. So Waze is losing some sales, marketing, operation, and analytics jobs because it's all going to be handled by Google Ads. Google's taking over. Meta also has been saying goodbye to a lot of people, and it's coming in waves. So if you work at Meta, look out. I was going to talk about Web3 and blockchain video games, but I don't really have the time today. So I'll probably save that for next week when I have some more time. Plus it'll tie in. We're going to talk about we're going to do a full breakdown of the FTC versus Microsoft trial that is currently happening. Currently currently happening. There is so much going on with that. I'm so excited to break that down next Friday with you guys. Is Madonna okay? I saw something about Madonna. Let me know. Naomi Campbell just had another baby at age 53. We don't know how or from who, but people are talking about it. So go off, Naomi. Live your life. I'm going to give you the same treatment that I gave the old men. I don't know if it's the best idea, but it's not my idea and it's not my life. Congratulations on having another baby. I'm sure it was by surrogate, obviously, but good luck. Good luck. Oh man, what a roller coaster. I still have like so many thoughts on the whole Colleen situation, and I could go on for a really long time, but I don't think like mentally and emotionally I can. I think I'm pretty much done. There is a lot of content. If you want more information, you can even go down like the Cody train. That was a whole other player that I didn't even talk about. Adam McIntyre has been making videos about this for weeks, covering a lot of topics, a lot of issues, a lot of concerns. And I hope that if you are one of those people like our chatter, Kane, I am not directing any of my energy directly at you. This is all my own opinion and how I believe she is very much in the wrong of how she acted throughout her career. Do I think her career has ended? No. I think Colleen has some magical wizardry in the entertainment industry. So I don't think her career has ended. I think it might have paused for a minute. Yeah, I think it might be on pause for a little second, but I think she can afford it. I think she could probably take a little breather as well. It's always good to do a little reset, a little check-in with yourself, maybe a little meditation. So that's what I think, and I hope that anyone who had interactions that affected them for longer than the actual interaction with Colleen can get a little assistance and start to move on, because you're not alone. And there's others out there as well. And God, I just can't believe she came out with a song. She pulled out the ukulele and sang us a little song and said that, no, I can't. I'm not. We're done. That's it. Show over. Thanks for watching. My name is Lily, and we did a full Colleen breakdown. Oh, God, I'm dizzy. I'm dizzy from that. Subscribe if you'd like. I'm here every Friday. Insane Games TV has content throughout the week here on YouTube. They also have Insane Games TV _ on Twitch, so there's a lot of content there as well. Lots of people, lots of things going on, lots of this, lots of that, a whole gambit of things. So subscribe if you want to see me throughout the internet throughout the week. You can follow me at Lily's Lottery on YouTube. That's an option. You don't have to. If you want to, you can. So that's me. I'm Lily, and this has been Lily's News. I hope you guys have a great weekend. I know the holiday is coming up. Please be safe. Prepare your pets for fireworks. You can't tell people to not do fireworks, unfortunately. So prepare your pets for fireworks. Fair warning. My cat will be on full lockdown mode. So stay safe out there. Be good. Thanks for watching. Make sure you give it a thumbs up on your way out, and I will see you all next Friday. I have to... Toxic Gossip Train.